Okay, so to remove the old fan and fan shroud assembly, what you want to start with is unplugging the fan from the chassis wiring harness, which I've already done here. You can see it's a 2-wire plug, and you just lift the lever and pull the plug back, and the male end of the plug will stay with the chassis harness. And then you can see there the female side stays with the fan. The next thing that you want to do is there's 2 bolts holding the fan shroud, the powder coated shroud, to the radiator assembly. There's 1 bolt here. I don't know if you can see it from that angle there, but there's one on this side down low, which you can either access from up top here with the I use a 1/4-inch drive ratchet and a 10mm socket just because it's kind of a tight space. You can also access it from the top. You could also access it in from this hole in the chassis here, and then you'll do the same thing on the other side. So it's up top on the other side, and you sit there, and I'll show you this side. So up here, it's going to be up top. I've already removed it, so you can see the shroud is loose right now. This one you can access again either from the top or from here, this space in between the bumper bracket and the tube that holds the bracket for the headlight mount. And again, that's the 10mm socket, and again we use the 1/4-inch drive ratchet. Once you have that done, the fan will still be held in place, so you don't have to worry about it dropping out, because what it does is it slides into a couple of tabs that are molded into the radiator assembly, and those bolts just kind of keep it from backing out of those tabs. So once you do that, you can lift it out of the tabs, and you'll kind of have to let the passenger side drop down a little bit. And what you'll find is that the hoses get in the way a little bit, and then kind of slide it over towards the passenger side, using the recess in the bracket to go around the lower radiator hose. Then you begin to rotate it up. You might have to move the hose out of the way a little bit. Want to make sure you don't score the hose. And then you can begin to rotate it out. So you can see I'm using the recess there to go around the hose, and then I'll begin to rotate up and out. And of course you want to make sure that you don't hit any of the fins on the radiator, and of course you don't want to scratch the hood liner. And sometimes these holes, so now I've got it out, you can see sometimes these holes here will get stuck on the brackets on the way out, so just be careful of that. If it feels like you're getting hung up, you might have to just kind of lean it forward or back, or turn it. Now that that's out, we'll take the fan off of the shroud. You can see it's got the 4 1/4-20 button head screws, so we'll use our 5/32 Allen and a 7/16 wrench. We'll have to cut the zip tie here to get the wiring off, and then we'll take the fan and begin to assemble it to the new shroud, which we'll cover in the next step.